Yo, what's good? It's your boy Jamie G. No Slack in the SWAC podcast. I got my brother here, Steve
Hey, what's
Wells
up?
in the building.
What's up,
Swag
boy?
Smoke.
We bringing the swag smoke over to no slack tonight, boy.
Yeah,
What's
man.
happening?
Hey, it's on my channel. So,
Yes,
you
indeed.
know,
Hey, it's still the same thing. No matter where it's at, it still go down the same. We still gonna do what we do.
yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, yo. Oh, yo. Happy Mardi Gras, everybody.
Oh yeah, man. Y'all turn up. Y'all turn up a little bit.
Yeah, y'all take a shot for your boy. Take a shot for your boys.
There you go. Turn up. Let's make something happen.
But yeah, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow our SWAC Talk with my boy C Wells. He do
It's
these
just
excellent work. Man, we trying to put on for these HBCU streets.
that's it, man.
Definitely.
It's real out here, man. It's real in the field, like we like to say, man. These streets is still hot. You know, things have changed a little bit, but the temperature is still hot out here, man. We still trying to bring that good heat, and we still trying to represent for the swag. So, you know, anytime I got opportunity to sit down and talk it, I'm gonna talk it.
Oh yeah. Definitely will. Hey, we gonna just get into it, man. We had this USFL draft today. They had a 10-round draft, the college draft. Over 3,000 players was eligible for this draft, and only I believe 80 was selected in a 10
Yeah,
round draft.
yeah. 80
And
guys, eight teams, 10 rounds, man.
yeah, man, and I'm excited for these 12 HBCU prospects to finally get their opportunity to play ball at a professional level. And man, hey, we gonna go through this list, and we're going to talk about how these players can contribute to the USFL and possibly get into a NFL team, because I think they still have a chance to be drafted into the NFL. But I think the USFL team got the rights to them just in
Yeah,
case they don't get drafted.
I actually spent the last 10 minutes before I came on the show trying to get the information straight. And basically, it's like you said, they draft you. You're everybody drafted is not gonna be going to the USFL training camp, so they giving you the opportunity to still have your name in the NFL draft. If you get picked, then you go there. If you want to, you know, if you don't like your draft position or whatever, you don't get drafted, you can still play it out, and the team that draft you got first rights on you. So it gives you another avenue. You know, if you waiting to see your name get called and it don't get called, that's still in your pocket. If you know that you probably not gonna get a good shot, then you already got this here. So I thought it was a good way that they did it, to give you the opportunity to still try to see what works out for you with the NFL. If it don't, then you got this here already waiting for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Most definitely. I guess we just get right into it, man. The first pick out of the whole 12 was Isaiah Bowden going to the Memphis Showboats. Yeah, tell the people about Isaiah Bowden, C. Will.
And dude's a former 4-star guy. Went to Florida State first. He from out of Wesley Chapel, Florida, around my neck of the woods when I was still living down there. He was wide receiver, defensive back. Went to Jackson State, return man, defensive back, speed. Last season he led the country in FCS and FBS in kick returns. So that's a weapon. You know, he got good size. He can play all over the secondary. So this guy, I still think, has an opportunity to get his name called in the NFL draft, depending on how his workouts go. But he's gonna be a playmaker, on this level, because he can play. You know, he's big enough to guard tight ends. He's fast enough to guard receivers, and he's a return man, which I feel like he's the best return man in the country, hands down. So I love this pick, man. I thought when I saw his name come first, I was like, that's the best choice, because that guy's a playmaker, however you want it.
Yep, I'm gonna definitely be a Memphis Showboats fan, man. I mean, Zay, like you say, could play in that slot. You could put him at corner. You could play him at safety because he got that athleticism and also a kick return, punt returns. You already know what it is. It's game over. So
Oh yeah,
I think he
that's
definitely gonna get that shine. What up, Big Thrillo? Willie
oh my
teacher,
boy
man.
Thrillo in the house. What's
What's up?
up, boy? What's
Yeah, I'm
up?
glad
What's up?
y'all tapped in with us, man. But man, Zay gonna be. I think Zay gonna excel in this league if he gets the chance. I already know. So yeah, y'all be on the lookout for Zay Bolden, man. He definitely gonna be something to see with the Memphis Showboats. And also we got JJ Holloman, man, from Tennessee State. I think a standout wide receiver.
Yeah, he was another 4-star guy. He went to Georgia first. During this, I got a lot of stuff pulled up on the screen, y'all. So don't think I know this off the dome. But he at Georgia, he caught about 25 passes for almost 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. He decided to go to FIU. He set out there, and then he went at FIU. He played one season, caught 8 passes for 108 yards. He transferred to Tennessee State last season, and he caught 33 passes for 353 yards and one touchdown. So he's a guy. Looks like he got pretty good size. His name has been ringing a lot. I've heard his name come up a lot in the FCS HBCU ranks in the draft. So anytime you get a guy that can be a playmaker, that's definitely one of the things that you really like to see. So I think he's going to be a guy who can benefit from this league.
Oh yeah, you already know. Tennessee State always put out some dope receivers, bro. Like Chris Rowland played a little bit for the Falcons back in the day, man. Chris Rowland was hell on wheels, man.
Oh,
He
yeah.
probably was one of the top receivers of that year coming out of FCS, man. But hey, I think that boy Eddie George got a dog, man, and I think he's gonna definitely shine in this league. Good luck to him though. Also, we got Isaiah Land, man, going to the Pittsburgh Maulers, man. What you think about him going?
I like this pick, man. I mean, obviously Isaiah Land is a guy who everybody expects to get his name called in the NFL draft. At some point, the guy was a Buck Buchanan Award winner. Yep. Had a really great season in 2021. He led the league. He led the country in sacks that year. Just was, he was just one of the best edge guys around. Last season, he had an up and down season. Missed first game because that sort of whatever it was, the issue they had with the compliance and stuff. But didn't really have a great season last season. Was kind of banged up. But he still had 12 tackles for loss and 8 sacks, which is still that's a great season for some guys. When you come off the season he had the year before, those numbers don't look great, but he did that in 8 games. So he's a guy who can get to the passer. Played in the Senior Bowl. They worked him out at middle linebacker. So he's a guy who can, who's going to be able to be moved around. But I'm more looking forward to seeing him hopefully go in the NFL. But if not, then I think he can definitely flourish as a pass rusher in the USFL.
The USFL season starts. Yeah. It starts after the draft, I think. I know it starts in April. But hopefully, man, hey, I think them guys still can be drafted by an NFL team, but USFL still got the rights to them, unless something changed, So I think Land is a guy. I think he probably want to put on a little bit more weight. I think to play it on that DN and that linebacker position, but he definitely got the skill set to play either down or standing up. He's kind of versatile, man. I think that's what the Pittsburgh Maulers was like looking at that. I think with some right coaching, man, he might can really be a problem, man. Because when you put in the SWAC.
When you're putting together a defense, you need those, those splash guys, man. A guy that maybe early in his career he can be just a third down guy that you put out there in passing situations to get to the passer. But he's going to eventually, get bigger and stronger. And the way sports are now in medicine and nutrition and training, most guys get bigger and don't lose a lot of speed. So if he can put on a little bit more weight, which he kind of bulked up a little bit last season as well. So, if he can put himself in a position to be a every down guy, I think that can help him a lot. So that work he did at the Senior Bowl, at other linebacking positions, I think that's going to help him as well to get him, acclimated to being out in space and having to cover some because, he didn't really have to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Oh, hey, well, then we got our boy got a 5th round pick, baby, Deshaun Warren. Nugget, baby, everybody's fan favorite. Nugget got a shot with the New Jersey Generals, man. Big ups to Nugget, man. I'm proud of that boy, man, for real. Hey, hold it down for JSU for real, but man, that boy, you already know what Nugget do.
Oh yeah, you already know what you're getting from him, man. Athletically, he's a superior type guy, man. He ran at the combine yesterday. He was clocked a couple of times at 4.38 and 4.4. So, pretty good times, obviously. He's a guy who can also return kicks. Physical guy, man. He's a hitter. He's not scared of contact. He's not going to shy away from nobody. Didn't really get a lot of playing time like, a lot of people felt like he should have. His time on the field was up and down. But he's a guy who physically got the tools. He was a Georgia commit. So, he got the tools that a lot of people look for. He got the size. He got the speed. He got the tenacity. It's just about him putting it all together. And, again, he's a person who, his name is still kind of ringing, like this weekend going to be big for him at the Legacy Bowl. How he practices and, all that kind of stuff is definitely going to help him out. This is another guy I could see, maybe getting a shot in the NFL and maybe having to make that decision. But, like a lot of people may not know, he almost quit playing football before he ended up at Jackson State. So for a guy to go from that to this, that's a testament to, still wanting to get out there and grind. So I like this pick, man. I think this is a guy that can be successful in this league.
Yeah, me too. I hope the coaching staff embraces Nugget and help him to develop into a true professional, man, because this dude really got the tools to be a top player one day in the NFL, man, because he got all the tangibles, the measurables, athleticism, man. Hopefully he can get in there and really absorb all the coaching and everything that he needs and be able to, be a future pro prospect, man. But, let's move on to shout out my boy Eddie Robb. What up, Eddie Robb?
Eddie Robb.
Put him somebody in there now, baby.
Eddie Robb putting hands on people.
My boy Keenan Isaac, man, DB, Alabama State. Hey, talk to him about Mr. Isaac in the building.
Man, he's an underrated type of guy. He's a guy a lot of people may not really know, because he played at Bama State. He's not a flashy type of guy. He's a solid defensive back, man. He doesn't really make a lot of mistakes, and he just does his job. Last season he had 27 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, a half a sack, interception, 8 pass defenses. So he's a guy who's not scared to tackle. He got 99 total tackles, so he's gonna get his nose in there. He got 2 interceptions in his career. He's just a solid guy, man. He when you name guys, his name is never going to be at the top of that list, but he's a guy, when you look at the game, he's always active. He's always out there. He played on a tremendous defense, a defense that, really was predicated on, being physical and stopping the run. So a lot of times, he had to come up and make plays. But this is a guy who I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by his play.
Yeah, I'm going to touch on this comment. It said, is it surprising that Zay went before Isaiah Land? I don't think it really is that surprising that he went before Isaiah Land, man. I mean, man, Zay was Zay big play. I mean, like you already know on on special teams. But Zay had a solid game at the was it the NFLPA?
Yeah,
That
he had a really
basketball.
good.
He had a standout showing, man. I mean, and his stock went from being undrafted to third, fifth round pick possible. So I mean, I'm definitely ain't surprised that Zay went before Land.
No, man. Like I said before, special teams is the avenue, man. If you got that value, they're gonna find a place for you. You know, it's like if you can return kicks and be explosive at that, they're gonna give you more opportunities to get on the field than a guy who may not, play special teams as much before he hits the league. So I just think measurables, speed, all of that people look for. I don't like always judging guys in shorts, but measurables and speed and him having a good pedigree puts him ahead of Isaiah Land in that aspect. Now, on field production, obviously, a guy who was the defensive player of the year is going to outweigh that. But I'm not surprised at that.
Right. Me neither. Now this next cat, y'all, is named Darius Higgins. I think he played ball at Charlotte. I think he played maybe a season or a year. I don't know. But they had him as an HBCU prospect being selected. Now we don't. I think C. Wells got to find a little information on him because I ain't never heard of this cat, bro. But
yeah,
I'm saying I know what's the name. Let me see who took him while we found some little info on him. Because I don't know where that cat come from, man.
Yeah, this one was
they say he a dog. I think he a receiver.
Yeah, I'm going to see. If you let me know what he
I think it was. I want to say it was third round he got selected.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to find him because that's somebody I didn't see, and the list I'm working off for he not on now, so might have been somebody put him somewhere that he probably wasn't supposed to be.
Ooh. But I'm gonna see. Hold on, y'all.
If you find him, man, let me know because, like I said, I'm trying to see where he is.
That cat I ain't never heard of.
No, and I'm working off a list from drafthbcuplayers.com. Y'all check them out, man. They do a lot of good work.
Yeah, shouts out to them.
So if you need anything, they give it to you. So yeah, he not on this list. I'm kind of operating that I don't know nothing about him. So we'll come back to him.
We'll tap back in with him. But Derek Tucker, is that a safety that went to Texas Southern?
Yeah, he's a Texas Southern guy.
Yeah,
had a productive season.
Boy,
yeah, he played on a defense that really improved last season. I mean, if you watch my show, I was hard on Texas Southern defense in the offseason. I always said the defense made me nervous, but they really stepped up big this past season, and he had a really solid season. Had 27 tackles on the season, 2 sacks. No, 27 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 1 pass breakup. So he has some really solid numbers on a very good defense. So he's a guy I didn't really know a lot about him out the gate, but I expect a guy like that to make some things happen. He's 6'3", 220, so got pro size. So
my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, he's 6'3", 220, got good size. He obviously not scared to put his nose in there and make some tackles. So I think from what I know from TSU defense, I think that's a guy who is gonna be aggressive, man. That secondary really was one of the better secondaries in the league last season. So I expect to see a lot of things out of him.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Thrillo. I'm surprised that DeMontario Anderson didn't get a shot, man.
Yeah, that's a guy. That's definitely a guy I'm got my eyes on at the Legacy Bowl.
Yeah.
I think he might have been banged up a little bit this season. But he's a guy who was a really good guy off the edge, man. I would expect to see him, maybe still kind of get an opportunity in this league. Like I said, he's one of those guys. I think this weekend is big for. I like his game. He's a good dude off the field. So I always want to see him do well. So I would love to see old D Anderson get him a shot, man.
Yeah, yes, sir. It said keep an eye on the receiver out of Hampton,
Jadakiss Barnes.
Yeah,
he's the truth.
About that boy, man.
He's the truth, man. He's definitely one of those guys. I think he's gonna get his name called in the NFL. Like the comment said, he, man to man, he's more consistent than Shaq Davis. But I think he's a guy whose name been really ringing a lot in these All-Star games and stuff. So I would not be surprised to see his name get called in the NFL draft.
What up, y'all? We got Rod Uncensored with us.
What's up, Rod? What's up, boy?
What's up, man?
Three's company.
What's up, man? I'm glad, man, that USFL did that for them boys, man, and gave them the opportunity. Because Nugget, I felt like he had all the measurables and the talent, but the film didn't match. So this is a good, the opportunity for him at the USFL. But I think Isaiah got a chance to get drafted by the NFL. You can't.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't play a game in the USFL. I mean, I think it's a good opportunity to have this in your back pocket. But I'm looking at him as an NFL guy. So at least having this, as a fallback, so to speak, I think is a good thing.
Oh yeah. So we gonna move to Jermaine McDaniel, man. He was the next player on this list. Let's talk about him a little bit.
All right. North Carolina A&T guy. He went to App State first. He spent 2 years at App State. Then he went to A&T. In his time at A&T, he was an impact guy. In 2019, he had 40 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, and 7.5 sacks. 2021 and 2022, he had 12 sacks, with 8 of those coming in this past season. So he's a guy who can get to the quarterback. Obviously, if you look at his numbers from 2019, that was MEAC play. Went to the Big South the last 2 years, so the numbers kind of dipped. The whole defense kind of went down a little bit. Team as a whole kind of went down a little bit, so his numbers kind of dipped. But he's still a guy who was able to make some things happen. He is, he's been pretty solid at getting to the quarterback everywhere he's been. So I would, that's an intriguing name. I want to kind of keep more eyes on him to see what he can do. So this could be a great opportunity for him.
Yeah, because he got that good length, man, and he got a good explosiveness about him too. I think the USFL kind of gave him a look because that boy Matt McClain a few years ago was no fly zone. he would lay that wood for real.
Oh yeah,
I think Jermaine McDaniels are definitely good for this league. I think he's a good project. If get that right coaching, man, he could might have a breakout in this league, man. Maybe make the NFL squad.
Yeah, and he's another guy that's playing in the Legacy Bowl this weekend. So again, another opportunity to work out, with these NFL guys, and kind of give yourself an opportunity to pick up some more chips. And I'm definitely keep my eyes on him. Normally I focus on the SWAC guys, but I want to see what he can do in this game as well.
Oh yeah, I gotta ride to Alabama right quick, man. Holler at my boy Maynard. Hey, you know what I'm saying? He put him on in there now. Dre Terry, linebacker, Alabama A&M. Hey, dude was a straight dog, man. He get in there, bro. Like he really put on. So let's touch in on him. What you think?
When you look at the box scores, or you look at any A&M game, he was the leading tackler in the majority of those games. He had 85 tackles on the season, 12 tackles for loss. So he was definitely a playmaker on that defense. That defense was not that good, but he was a guy who definitely did not take any plays off. I was excited to see his name come up. I was, a little surprised to see him. Didn't know, if he was gonna get that kind of look, but I think he can be a really productive guy. He had a really good season this past season, so we'll see if he can build on that.
What you think about him, Rod?
Hey, Jamie G, I'm sorry. I know it's your show, but EA, stop it, man. JDK's ball is not better than Shaq Davis. I'm sorry. I don't want to start it like this, but please give somebody a cup, man. Give him a cup so he can pitch, man. Because Shaq Davis did not have a quarterback all the years he's been there, man. I don't know what this. I'm sorry, JB. What you were saying, JB? I'm sorry.
No, I was just asking your opinion on Dre Terry, that linebacker for A&M, man.
But what's not to say about him, man? Like you were saying, man, the box score. Like who else was making them tackles, man? He was nasty. Like he was the hardest soul of that defense, man. Like let's be real. He's Isaiah Land of Alabama A&M. Like let's be real about it, man.
Right.
And I'm glad he left, you know what I mean, and doing this thing, man. But hopefully he can, you know what I mean, have a great pro career.
Yeah. And I guess we gonna switch down to the boot and holler at my boy Hugh Jackson, man. He got Ray Estes, cornerback out of Grambling, man, made it. So let's talk about him.
This guy, man, he had a really solid Bayou Classic, man. He was one of those guys. Him and Sunday Arthur Anderson. That's another name you'll probably hear in the future. Those two guys had a really good game in that game, and he's a solid guy. Didn't have the best of numbers, you know. I mean, Grambling defense was not really good last season. They were better the year before, but he finished his career with 75 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 16 pass breakups. So, you know, he definitely can make plays on the ball. He was a solid guy in that secondary. So I'm eager to see him. I think he's another Legacy Bowl guy, if I'm not mistaken. So most of these guys who got drafted are Legacy Bowl guys. So that's definitely something key to look at. That says that they are really tapping into those type of guys. So I think the majority of the guys that got drafted HBCU are Legacy Bowl guys.
Cool. That's what's up, man. What about Mark Evans, UAPB? Will he be the next Teron Armstead?
I think he got
the ability, man.
I think he got a good shot, man. He is a very, 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 very good offensive lineman, man. Been a starter since a freshman. So, you know, that's 4 years of growth and development. He can play. I think they tried him out at guard a little bit, but he's more of a tackle. But he's a guy who's a hard worker. He's been all SWAC on majority of his career there. I mean, obviously didn't play on the best team, but they had a good running game, you know, when their running back was healthy. So he did not have many down games, you know, compared to everybody beside him. But I think he got a good opportunity to get his name called later in the draft.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he really, honestly, I think he could be a little 6-7 round pick. I wouldn't be surprised if he got drafted because of his versatility. I mean, that dude nasty too, bro.
Yeah, I would look.
Something they're gonna like too.
I would look for him to kind of get drafted in that same range like Jatiri Carter from Southern last year. You know, like late 6, early 7. That, you know, somebody can just take a flyer on a guy like that and get him in camp and watch him work. So he's another guy I wouldn't expect to see him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go NFL.
You know, your boy would love him. C. Wells, that Terry, you know what I mean? That stingy boy Jerry Jones.
Oh yeah, that's right up his alley, man. You see that they did the same thing with Marquise Bell, man. That was a guy who should have been a drafted guy. You know what I mean? You know, you get a lot of teams love to get that low value, you know, on a high quality guy. So I would not be surprised, and you know, they always use offensive line help, and you know, they not afraid to, you know, go after the offensive line in the draft or in the undrafted free agent round. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him get that move, and you know, that's not a bad opportunity for him. I don't want like I'm like Rob, man. I ain't trying to take over your show, But one name
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Hey,
I
I
don't want to do it. I'm put my hand up. But one name, this is not a SWAC guy, man, but this is a D2 guy. I wanted to recognize him. Andrew Farmer from Lane. Dude is a monster, man. He led the country in Division II in tackles for loss with over 3 a game. He had 25 tackles for loss last season and 6 sacks. And if you don't think he can ball, ask Tennessee State. Dude is a monster, man. He was one of the better defensive linemen in any HBCU level. So he got good size and good speed. So I want to see what he do as well. And I think he's a Legacy Bowl guy too. So I'm definitely want to see what he do. This draft is a good commercial for the Legacy Bowl, man. So almost everybody got drafted is going to that game.
And I don't want to take over the show, but what the NFL channel did with showing that, man, it was great, man, for the image, for the NFL to show that the Legacy, the Legacy Bowl and the Combine. It was great. It was definitely great, man, because, especially these FCS players in general get overlooked, especially HBCUs. You don't think it's great talent, man, but like you see Aubrey Miller doing his thing. You see Isaiah Land doing his thing. It's nothing for a player to show out, man. Ain't nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm glad they be giving them the light. Which is
I think the oh no let me you go Jamie G.
I'm surprised that I'm surprised Aubrey Miller wasn't drafted by the USFL just in case, if he doesn't get drafted. But he must be a solid pick. I mean,
I think he's a solid pick. He's a solid pick to me.
I from what I've been reading, because like I said before I came on the show, I tried to read as much about their draft process as I could. I like to cram. I used to like to cram before tests in school, so I still do that in life. But I think they kind of shying away from drafting guys that they think are really gonna be good chance of getting drafted. So I think that's a good omen for him. I think he's a guy who may be a solid, day 2 guy, so at worst a early day 3 guy. But I think this showing that they believe that he can get drafted in the NFL. So I think that's a win-win,
I think I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Rod.
But I'm just saying he showed that he can cover at that, at the Senior Bowl. I think that helped his stock out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. By showing that, also you see what James Houston did in 6 games. Them Jackson State and HBCU boys is legit. So you got to put some respect on it because they balling out, man. So I'm at that level with it. I think he should definitely be at least no lower than 5th round.
Yeah. Let me say this before we go any further. This show is like a team with 3-point guards, man. We all trying to handle the ball.
I'm going to become Bill Lambert. I'm just going to start hacking. I'm going to let him get out the way.
I apologize because I'm a ball dominant person, Bray. So it's like I'm like Kyrie or Luka Doncic. I got to have the ball in my hands to make the plays, but I can play all ball. So I just thought
I just appreciate Jamie G inviting me because
most definitely.
Because a lot of people are scared to have people in the light even come on this show. You know what I mean? So that's why I appreciate y'all coming on Monday. Because people are just scared, you know what I mean? I never had an ego like that, so I appreciate y'all even coming on and let me come on.
I'm gonna touch on Willie T's comment right here. It says it telling that Land got drafted and Miller didn't. Does that mean that Land isn't as high in the NFL?
I mean, basically. Like we said a little bit ago, I mean, they feel like if you're a guy who got good draft prospects, they not drafting you in the USFL regardless what level you on. So I think that says a lot about him having a better opportunity, a more solid opportunity to get drafted. That don't mean Isaiah Land can't get drafted because he still has a great opportunity, but I think that means he's more of a fringe guy, 6th or 7th round, which, like, again, James Houston was a 6th round pick and he got great value. So, you know, that don't mean nothing. You know, where your name get called, that don't mean nothing. Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. I mean, he had a situation he fell into, but, you know, he was Mr. Irrelevant and was able to start some games because of injury. So where you get drafted, that don't matter, man. It's the work that you get to put in when you get the opportunity. So it's just all about getting there.
But I don't think that is the case. I think Auburn Miller got more tape than Isaiah Land. He came from the SEC, the SEC. You know what I mean? He had a couple games at Missouri. He got the tape, and plus the tape with Jackson State, which they're gonna make them scouts say, man, look, he already had that. He just came to Jackson State to get more, more playing time. Land stayed in the HBCU range, so I feel that's where they're gonna take advantage of him on that, and he probably go unsigned, man. I really believe that undrafted.
Yeah, I just like I said, I just think he's a guy who he's gonna have opportunity, but Aubrey Miller, that's an NFL guy. I mean, I say it every week, so I'm gonna say it until he's an NFL guy.
Man, I'm not really the Brock Purdy fan, man. Like,
man, let me first say, maybe a lot of people know, maybe they don't. I'm a Cowboy fan, so I don't have any love for the 49ers. 2 years in a row, they didn't knock my team out the playoffs on dumb plays at the end of the game. Obviously, Brock Purdy ain't do a lot in that game. He had one drive that he drove the team down the field. George Kittle made a crazy catch so I think Brock Purdy was a good college quarterback. I thought he was really good at Iowa State, but the situation that he came into, he was able to take advantage of. So, I'm gonna leave it at that.
My girls, people, my wife, soon to be wife's people, Cowboy fans, and they're giving up. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I don't want to play point guard. I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. Go ahead. What was your show?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, but is there any players that y'all were surprised that might didn't get that opportunity to play in the USFL? Or, I say you were kind of surprised they didn't get their name called. Like, for me, I'm surprised nobody gave Xavier Smith from FAMU a shot because he's so dynamic, man, and he ran a good 4.40.
Yeah, he ran.
I'm
surprised ain't nobody give him a look.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead, Ron. Go ahead. Throw you the ball.
I definitely think he's going to get a chance as an unsigned, draftee, unsigned free agent. But the competition as a receiver, and in the SWAC plays the key. You know what I mean? They're okay with the defensive players. Look at Joshua Williams, like we talked about him on the show on Monday. They're okay doing the skill positions like corners and linebackers. Defensive skill positions, but they scared to take the receivers because the defense cornerback. It's not them too many shutdown corners in the SWAC or FCS levels that you know what I mean. But
yeah,
I think it's hard to dictate that as a receiver position in the SWAC, even in the running back position. Mm-hmm. Like Howard at Alcorn, I think he's a pro.
Oh yeah,
I think Savion.
Yeah, he's a pro. He's a pro.
They're gonna have to do some in the USFL or the XFL to get them up to the next level. That's what I really genuinely believe. Look at Kill Glass. Kill Glass didn't get a chance at nothing
at all, and he was a record-setting quarterback. He was no slouch. The dude was a starter from his freshman year. put up big numbers every year he played, and his name came and went. But a guy like Xavier Smith, I think his size is always going to be his thing. But he got the speed, and he can get separation. He can run routes, which a lot of guys not good route runners nowadays. But he can run routes. He can catch the ball. He pretty acrobatic on sideline catches and everything. So I think if he can get an opportunity in this game in this season, or to play in that USFL or the XFL, I think that's going to be his avenue to further his career.
But see, we talk about this Monday, right? We talk about who we talk about at Alabama A&M. What's that guy's name? Who we talking about?
Who you talking about? Jenkins?
No, Tank Dell, right?
Oh, Tank Dell, yeah. Tank Dell, the same size.
But if he had them numbers in the FBS, he got a chance. Nobody can take a chance at the receiver at the FCS level. They can't afford to take them chances at the FCS level at receiver and offensive. If you're not offensive line, you're not going to take a chance. Look.
Yeah, I agree. And like you said, Tank Dell's not a big guy, but he's a guy who, basically the same type of guy. He just don't have, he don't have the name behind him. But I saw a comment earlier about the Alcorn guys not getting picked. I wouldn't have, a guy like Kieron Kinsler or Claudin Cherilus, those are two solid defenders that played at Alcorn. And, I think they have the opportunity later to get there. It's just like, with 80 guys getting picked, there's only so many HBCU, FCS guys to go around. And it was 12 HBCU guys drafted, 8 of them from the SWAC. So that says a lot right there.
But I feel like, I'm sorry to say this name. I'm sorry to say this, Jamie G. I'm sorry to say that name. I'm sorry to say that name.
Hey, you can't call him. You can't call him what you normally call him. You got to call him by his real name on this show.
Yes. Cole Sanders definitely looked out for Aubrey Miller and Isaiah Bowling. Like, let's be real, because The Rock, where did he have that combine at? James, go ahead. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Aubrey Miller learned a lot. And Aubrey Miller, joke around with Prime. But it's all about relationships from your coach. Even in the high school level, it's all about relationship. If your coach tell you, man, hey, Jamie G or C. Wells is lazy. You ain't going nowhere.
Oh, yeah, you done. You done.
What I mean? It's all about relationships. And even in the professional lane, it's all about relationships. And you know what I mean? That's, at the end of the day, that's what it is. I'm hoping my boy Warren Newman do his thing at the USFL.
Yes, man, like I said, I was talking to Jamie G before we went on air, and I was like, anybody from Louisiana, I'm always behind. Like CJ Holmes, he a New Orleans guy. Warren Newman, he a New Orleans guy. I always want to see those guys eat, man. So Warren Newman, playmaker. So a league like this can help, a guy like that.
Oh yeah, most definitely will. Most definitely can, man.
I think this is a smart idea in general for spring football, both leagues, because I really don't like. I struggle watching the CSFL, because there's so much difference. You know what I mean? To get a head start. Like, if I had a head start in high school, I might have got a scholarship. You know what I mean? Like this shit is crazy to me to watch that like that.
Three downs, super wide field, goal post in the middle of the end zone. It's like 1 point plays. It's like I watch. I watch a lot of football with my wife, so I have to watch football that she could look at it and be like, okay, I know what's going on. Because if I watch CFL football, she gonna be asking a million questions about the rules, and she not gonna enjoy the game. So I could put on an XFL game and explain it's a new league, or a USFL game and explain it's a new league, and she'll watch it. So that's why I don't really watch a lot of CFL unless I'm by myself and I'm just hungry for football. But I think this is good, man. I think this is good, and they're not really competing against each other. So it's it's just more opportunity for guys to play football, man.
No doubt. And you know what I mean, my wife's people, you know what I mean, attended Dell State, which is a MEAC team, and my brother graduated from Morgan. So, you know what I mean, I understand what you mean, you know what I mean? And I got in this house, I started watching more HBCU football, you know what I mean, when Prime came. I'm still here, guys, I'm still here. You know what I mean? Don't shout out, you know what I mean, glass like me, my page, but you know what I mean? But that's the key, man. I want my kids to go to HBCUs because it's the key. Like, you want to get your master's somewhere else, I'm okay with that, but I want you to go see your people, which is
it's nothing better, man, than going to a stadium and seeing 60,000 people that look like you, and the culture is what you know. You don't have to worry about, you know, cheering at the wrong time, or, you know, the band not playing at this point in the game when they would be playing at your school. You know, because I go to a lot of LSU games. I live in Baton Rouge, so, you know, me and my nephew used to go to a lot of LSU games. And he went to Southern, but he's an LSU fan. I raised him wrong. But it's a cultural difference, man, that you don't get when you go from one to the other. So being able to have that lane now for these kids, man, is huge. And that's why I always preach that all our schools need to, first off, recruit the local kids, because you get those kids to buy in and come, then the out-of-state kids or out-of-town kids are gonna come. Everybody's pretty much in talent-rich areas, so attack your high 3, 4, low 4-star guys in your city or your region. Get you 1 or 2 of them. Kids follow, man. Kids are followers when it comes to sports. If they see somebody they know who got a lot of hype going to your school, they're gonna follow, and they talk to each other online and social media and stuff. So that's how you build it, man. It's pipelines, and like Ross said, relationships. Got to get your name in them high schools. You know, got to keep that back door open in that portal. Got to get deep in them JUCOs and work, man. Mississippi JUCOs, man. That's the gold mine.
Yes, sir. Hey, check this out. Go ahead. I think I know what they messed up on this list. They forgot to put, I think they meant to put Darius Hagens on this list from Virginia State, that outstanding running back, like Virginia State.
Yeah, I just saw his name.
I think he meant to put Hagens instead of Grant DuBose.
Yeah, that's what it was, because it is Hagens that got drafted from Virginia State. So that was the mix-up, because we was like going crazy. I'm like, bro, I never seen this dude before. I don't know who that is.
That boy Darius Hagens, though. Now, he was nice too, because, you know, Virginia State has always put out some decent running backs. You know, your boy Trent Cannon, who played for the Carolina Panthers a few seasons ago. Man, he was a monster in D2. Woo!
I'm gonna tell you a name. Y'all probably heard it. You might not have. He's still a younger guy, but Jada Byers from Virginia Union, that dude's a monster running back. You gonna hear his name in the next couple of years. And I don't know where my boy going yet, but Eric Phoenix, man, see him in the future. He going somewhere. See him in the future.
Soldier Reg is
that's the man. That's the man.
Man, I can't wait to see. I hope he hitting the SWAC somewhere, man. That dude can ball, bro.
Hey, I just got a Twitter follow from Chennis Berry. I need to tell him, man. Talk to that man. Send him SWAC.
Man, I ain't never seen a nigga with a soldier rag. Man,
in 2022? No, indeed.
Hey, with a mouth full of gold, come off the bench and almost go for 250, over 100 rushing in a guy like that. Dang, this fool went off.
Like that man from Louisiana. Let me rock with you, boy.
Hey, yo, see, well, before we get out of this schedule, man. You know, man, I like the motherfucking egg with crawfish, man. I like them crawfish, boss. Something about that motherfucking crawfish with that potatoes.
The potato and the corn all in the boil, man. It don't get no better than that.
I'm a shrimp.
Hey, throw the shrimp in there too, man. Throw the shrimp in the boil.
Sausage, man, with the potatoes and the corn.
Oh my God. That's one of my favorite things about football, man, is going on that campus and smelling that food.
They be going down like that over there.
Ooh, bruh. Where I
You see where it freaks up?
Oh,
seats.
Oh.
So the smells just drift all through, man. And I'll be like, man, that smells so good. I got to get me something, but it's like you're trying to focus on the game, but you're smelling this good food. So it go down, man. Like I say, man, it go down. And I mean, honestly, man, HBCU football, SWAC football, however you want to put it, ain't no better atmosphere, man. And I've been to different FBS games, man. But when it comes to just a great atmosphere, it go down.
Yeah, man. I turned on it because my stepmom's aunt lived in, like, I'm telling you, I could really swim around and got to Louisiana. She lived in Gulfport.
That's right up the road.
Yeah. I could swim. I could swim over there, boy.
You damn near could walk.
You know what I mean? And I had the meanest crawfish, in the world, with the corn and the potatoes. She said, nephew, don't sit on my couch because I got a little revolver. I said, hey, chill. Boy, that crawfish was so good, C-Wells, man.
Hey.
I'm a shellfish guy. That was so good, man.
It don't get no better.
Change my life.
Change my life. Too much work with them crawfish.
Oh man, once you
all that work for that little piece of meat, bro.
Hey, you eat crabs?
Nah,
you eat crabs?
You know what? I ain't never really just tapped in with crabs like that.
Yeah, we got the best crabs.
Yeah, I ain't gonna argue with that one.
I rock with them oysters now.
No, I don't mess with oysters. That's
fried oysters.
That's not my.
The oyster got me in child support problems. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, I stay far away from them oysters, but man, like I said, everywhere I live, I lived in Florida for a long time, so that's a good seafood area, man. I always try to be somewhere where they got good food at, man, because I can't do bad food at all.
Right. I agree with you 100%. But yeah, we about to log off, man. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching, for tapping in with us, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to my channel, man. Make sure you tap in with C. Wells, with SWAC Talk. Make sure you like, share, subscribe for all your HBCU coverage. Also, make sure you follow my boy Rod Uncensored Podcast. Man, some dope stuff. They had a nice conversation tonight, boy.
Oh yes.
Hey,
I be looking at them thumbnails. I'm like, okay, I need to see what's going on.
Yes, sir. What's a mullet fish sandwich, yo?
Man, you never had mullet before?
What is that?
It's a fish.
What the hell is that?
It's a fish.
Okay, I ain't a mullet fish. I ain't never heard of that, bro.
But hey, before we get out of here, man, I gotta say this, man. JSU undefeated this year. That's all I gotta say. Go ahead.
See that block, baby.
Go ahead. We're gonna run the East, baby. We're gonna run the East. We're gonna run the East again.
The rematch gonna be in Baton Rouge this year, so I'm throwing my shot now. The rematch gonna be in Baton Rouge in December. So
all I can say, FAMU, a 50-piece.
Hey, get ready to take 2 trips to Baton Rouge this year, man. It's going down.
Who wants smoke with me?
Hey, you gotta do stop with it. You gotta do smoke with me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, I always do all my talking in January and February and March, and then I get quieter and quieter as the year go by.
Hey, see, well, I see how them boys hitting the weights, boy. I see how them boys hitting the weights.
EA say, fam, you got them rattlers, man.
Yeah, well, you know, Willie gonna choke. Hey. Willie gonna choke. Willie gonna choke.
Week one gonna be.
What is that?
They can't lose this year. Them Rattlers cannot lose this year.
If Willie lose they lose that game against Jackson State, Willie to get fired. I'm sorry. If Willie lose again, need to get fired.
Hey, but really, but to be honest, man, I think TSU gonna be a little sneaky good though.
Oh yeah, I think they're gonna be scary, man. And you know, my team got to get over the TSU hump the last 2 years, and this past season can never happen again. So we finally got them back in Baton Rouge, and we need to get things back on track. But that's gonna be a very, very dangerous team, bro. They still young. Those guys are like juniors now, so they growing up on the field. You know, that was a team that had a bunch of freshmen. Last year they all were sophomores. This year they juniors. So that team is growing up in front of everybody's eyes. So they're gonna definitely be in the mix.
Celebration Bowl and bust. I'm gonna tell y'all like this: it's gonna start in Atlanta. It's gonna end in Atlanta.
Hey,
you gotta stamp that, man.
That don't really work though, man. When you start in Atlanta, most teams don't really end there. So.
Jamie G, we gotta tell them we got a lot of offensive linemen that came back.
Well,
man,
I keep one eye in Jackson at all times, so I know what's going on up there.
I like Alcorn's cute little website though.
Hey, if it happened in Mississippi, I got my eyes on it, man. I got family in every part of Mississippi you can name. So I know I got a lot of J-State people in my family. I got a lot of Alcorn people in my family. My daddy played at Valley, so I'm entrenched in.
Oh man, that crawfish got on them again.
Yeah, it looked like one of them catfish or something. Boy. Man, I swear, bro. Man, I'm so glad y'all tapped in with your boy, man. It's been a while since.
Oh yeah, man. This is what it's all about, man.
On my platform, you know what I'm saying? It's been a minute.
Man, he been on 6 months hiatus, man. I said, man, where's Jamie G's videos?
Yeah,
I know,
really
man.
There ain't really much going on right now, you know, to be, you know, but it's something here and there to talk about, but
yeah, that's
definitely gonna be something to pop in.
So is Coach Reed gonna be able to coach both boys and females, man? I'm tired of watching these games, man.
What I said last night, she could win SWAC. She could tell Mo to hit the bench, and she could coach the last couple of games of the JSU men's team and get them the championship in the tournament. And send old Mo back to the gump because
he's struggling, boy. He's struggling.
I ain't never been no big Mo fan, bro. I never really was, bro. I wasn't on that Mo Williams train, but hey, it one thing at Jack State, that leash is short now.
Oh, it's very short. It's very short. Ex-coach Comedy, boy, I wasn't playing.
Man, that dude should never been gone.
So man, how long leash do you think TC got, man? If he can't, I feel like he should be able to get through the East this year. How long do you think his leash is? Because he's born and raised. You know what I mean? He's Jackson State through and through. How long do you think his leash is going to be, man?
I think he got a pretty solid foundation, man. I as long as I'm gonna put it like this, they can't go.
Years, God,
they can't. You can't lose the Southern a lot. You can't lose the Alcorn a lot, and probably FAMU. Them the 3 games that you must win. Honestly, every year, or you better win the majority of them. If he struggle against them 3 teams, then people are gonna start to look at you sideways, because you got to beat those teams. But I mean, Jackson is a tough place to coach. They are proud. Those proud people in Jackson, man. They understand what winning is. If you're a real Jackson person, and Rod, you getting up. But if you're an old school Jackson person, you go back to like W.C. Gordon and stuff like that, you expect to win the SWAC every year. So that ain't gonna change. So those kind of people, they expect to win the SWAC every year.
Yes, sir. But hey, we appreciate y'all stepping in with us, bro. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this show, man. I most definitely did with my guys here. Hey, Thursday, make sure y'all catch us live, 6 p.m. SWAC Smoke. We coming to bring it, baby.
Yeah, it always go down, man. We try to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now we didn't got into kind of going at what we need to go at if somebody come at us sideways. So you can expect a little bit of something. We always gonna come with that soldier rag, and when we bring that out, then it's about to go down. So I had to start wearing my camouflage hat because I'm still trying to get me a rag. I don't know what I did with my old school rag, man. I need to find it, but I had to rock the camouflage hat for now. But we still gonna do our thing, man. And hey, I appreciate you having me on here, Jamie G. Let's get it.
No problem at all. Appreciate you, Rob, for sliding through too.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you inviting me. You know what I mean? I'm an outsider, so I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
You becoming an insider, man. You putting in a lot of work. Once you start putting in work and putting feet on ground, that outsider stuff don't fly no more, man. So you starting to become a part of the group, and hey, it's all love right here. So you can't use that line no more, man. You a JSU guy. So
all right.
when Coach Sanders left and you didn't leave, hey. Right. That say it all right there.
Ryan got more pool than Jackson than Prime ever had. Hey, get that man to Jackson and shit and get him a stamp burger, man. Man, hey, Ryan good in the city. Yeah, where he go. Man, Prime will never get his key back.
I'm telling you, I've been down in the Gulfport, Mississippi.
Hey,
I know how it is out there. Red eggs tore me up. The red eggs tore me up.
Just get on, just head north. You'll be good, man. They got you up there.
But yes, sir. But yeah, hey y'all catch us Thursday, man. I hope y'all have a good night. Wonderful Wednesday. Y'all tap in Thursday. We out, y'all.
All right, y'all. We out.